Hi, everybody. This is Bill Soroka, multi-potentialized serial entrepreneur. I spent the first half of my life until I was 37 years old, kind of spinning my wheels in business. I flitted around like a butterfly from one opportunity to another, one business to another, without really getting any kind of tangible results. In fact, I went through 26 different little opportunities and business ventures with nothing. And when that last business kind of collapsed, or when it totally collapsed, and my empire of dirt crumbled, I hit basically rock bottom. I had nothing. And I was really super depressed. I had let down lots of people in my family. I let down friends that were counting on me. And I felt like my biggest fear was coming into existence. And my biggest fear was dying as this big ball of potential that really never ever expressed or got results or hit that level of success or got anything done. I really thought, or my biggest fear was that I would die with that song still inside me, without really tapping into it. And in those dark times, I knew that I could make this happen. I had seen other people do it, so I knew I could do it. I was blessed with friends and family that believed in me. I knew I could do it. I read books, I went to workshops and did seminars. I had the knowledge, but I had to figure out what the missing element was. So I did a results inventory. And that's where I just looked at my life, what I had, what I didn't, and try to piece it together and figure out what was going wrong here. And what I found there slapped me right in the face. It was depressing even more to see it, because guess what? That common denominator was me. 26 failed businesses. And why did they fail? Because of the choices I made. So once I got through that with a little bit of vodka, I was able to really take ownership and responsibility of that and start making some shifts. So I dove in, I went down the rabbit hole. I tried to figure out what was missing, and it became very evident. Implementation was the missing element. All that knowledge in my head from all those books, those workshops and seminars, it does no good without execution. And that's what I was missing, especially the consistent execution of it. So I dove into that a little bit more too, and I found out about habits and routine. These habits and routine were something someone like me was avoiding my entire life. I really thought habits and routine were for the boring people. You know, I thought to be successful, you had to be agile and not tied down to anything. It turns out it's completely the opposite. The people who create the results that move the needle on their dreams and get things done and live the life of their dreams are the ones who take consistent action every single day. So I started reading about habits and routine. I'm formulating, I had spreadsheets, I had everything kind of printed out, and how I was going to make this happen. And there was one book in particular that really changed my life and really helped mold everything. And what I was able to do was create basically a twofold daily success routine that I did in the mornings. So it was really broken into two different sections. The first was designed to help me become who I needed to become in order to be a success. This is the part that gets skipped over a lot. A lot of people want instant gratification, but when it comes to business, there's a lot of the experience and learning that you have to go through to become who you need to become in order to get those kinds of results. So that's what my first half of the morning routine looked like. The second was the move the needle activities for my business in particular, specifically for my business. And what I did to get those, I reverse engineered my dreams. I said, hey, this is how much I need to make. What do I need to do that? And how do I do that? And how do I do that? And how do I do that? All the way down till I knew on a very micro level what I needed to do every single day to attain that result. And that's how I built my daily schedule. So let's look at that a little bit deeper. First, the stuff that helps you become who you need to become. There's a lot at play here, guys. A lot of it is with your mindset, your consciousness, your clear-headedness, your focus, all your fitness. Everything ties into this. There's a book called The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. Read it. It is a game-changing book. And if you've ever wondered what would happen if I woke up early anyway, this book will put that into play for you. And it's based on this basically 6 savers that he teaches or practices that you put into practice all at once in the morning, and it's exponential results. And I can vouch for that. It is really, really powerful. It's essentially meditation, positive affirmations, visualization, exercise, inspirational reading, and journaling, all done in the very big part of the morning before anybody else is awake. That's your time to help you become who you need to become. Then part 2, the daily do's. This is the good stuff. This is the stuff that moves the needle on your particular business. Now for you, it's going to look different because every business, every situation is a little bit different. So you've got to dial in, getting clear on what your goals are and reverse engineering those back to get right into your specific daily actions that you need to take. But there are basically 3 components of this thing. First, it's going to be predicated on creating value for your customers. Then number 2 is conveying that value to your customers by staying in touch with them and delivering that value. And number 3, whether you like it or not, selling, whether it's a service, a product, an idea, yourself, selling is involved. You've got to find a way to master this and get into it and make it part of who you are, because no business can thrive without sales. And finally, before we leave today, I just want you to know, guys, your past does not define you. You can have 26 failures or 100 failures and still have a success. This is your chance to shine. Let your passion out. Let your passion thrive.